guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing like ready with me type of video, but answering some questions you guys have for me. I asked you on my community tab on YouTube if you had any questions for me, and there was some questions, so today I'm going to be answering those. So you guys know I'm back at my parents' house and I found so much old makeup in my old room. My mom now lives in my old room, so I found all of this stuff in the closet. And do you guys remember in like 2016 when this went viral? The Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. This was like my favorite highlighter of all time. And then I have a bunch of Dose of Colors highlighters that are barely used. This is the Ofra Nikki Tutorials highlighter. And then I also found my old Sugar Pill pigment. And then I found a bunch, and I'm telling you there's like 5 more back there. A bunch of old Makeup Geek pigments. I don't even think Makeup Geek is in business anymore. That's how old those are. Obviously I'm not gonna be using them on my face. I don't think the Makeup Geek pigments expire. I'm gonna have to look into it, but if they don't, I'm gonna keep them. Everything else, obviously, not putting on my face. Let's just start doing some makeup. Okay, I'm gonna start off answering the first question. Someone asked, what is my job outside of YouTube or social media? Okay, before I answer that, I already have to shave my eyebrows off. I literally just shaved them like 2 days ago. I think a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram know what my job is outside of social media, but I don't know if I've ever said it on here. Maybe I have. But I work as a barista and supervisor at a local coffee roaster. Right now I'm only doing 4 days a week, which is technically like part-time, but this week I'm only doing 3 shifts. And I think that's more ideal for me, so I have more time to create content and like have freedom to be creative. But yeah, right now I'm at a coffee roaster 4 days a week, and I've been doing coffee ever since I started working, so that's basically all I've done my whole work life. I've been doing it for like 6 years, so I say if you're a young person looking for a job, I think being a barista is a really good job to earn money, save money, and also it's a really fun environment. You meet a lot of cool people, both customers and employees. I've gained a lot of my friendships from the people I work with over the years, and I'm still good friends with a lot of them. So yeah, that is my job currently, and I do enjoy it. I know I'd prefer not to work and do this full time, but as of right now I still need to have like a part-time thing, so that's what I do. The next question is, what makeup products can I not live without? First of all, this primer that I just used. I used to use this in high school, and I actually forgot about this until they recently sent it to me again. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. This literally makes your skin feel so soft, and it blurs like all your imperfections. Like, I feel like my skin just looks so smooth with it, and makeup lays perfectly on top of it. Favorite product, you guys already know, is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Glow Foundation. I feel like this foundation just looks like skin. It doesn't look too cakey, and it also like feels good on my skin. Do you know when you have like those certain foundations that like feel just like heavy? This one doesn't feel like that, so this is definitely a holy grail of mine. Another holy grail face product for me, you guys already know this, is the Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick in Toasted. This thing has lasted me like probably close to 8 months now. I really don't need much of it, so it lasts a really long time, and it's like the perfect cool tone contour color. So this, and then definitely my Anastasia Beverly Hills gel eyeliner. I use that for my eyebrows and also for eyeliner, so yeah, that's one of my favorite. The palette that has quickly become my favorite is that Morphe metallic palette that I tried in a few videos ago. I'll probably use it in this video as well, but that one is also a good staple product. I did my concealer off camera. I'm now gonna do my base, I've actually been mixing this foundation with my other favorite foundation, which is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow foundation. This is like more of my shade right now. They're like similar, but this one's a little bit more of my shade, but I've just been mixing these. I've been doing this one first and then the other one like on top. So I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera because I did a eyebrow tutorial for TikTok. But the next question I wanted to answer is my dreams and desires. I feel like this is like a harder question for me to answer because I have a lot of dreams and desires, and I feel like there's so much I want to accomplish in my life, not just like one thing, you know. There's like a lot of different things that I would like to accomplish, but I think right now my biggest desire and dream is to be able to, you know, do YouTube full time. And I feel like that's been a desire of mine from, you know, ever since I was young. Not necessarily like the, you know, money aspect of it, but the community aspect of it, which I have really gained on here and I value so much. But I also feel like I compare myself to a lot of other YouTubers, like success-wise, and I'm like, I've been on here, you know, for almost 6 years, and I think if I would have really been consistent with it like I am now, I definitely could have grown a lot more than I have. So I guess my main desire at the moment is to be able to make this like a solid source of income, and yeah, just be able to do this full time and be able to like gain a wider audience and community. Another big goal of mine this year is to open a coffee truck when I move to California. Like I said, I've been very passionate about working in coffee and like the service industry, and I think just coffee in general has really like intrigued me ever since I was young. So I really want to create a coffee truck. I already have my name, my setup, my drink list kind of planned out, and so that's something I want to take a step forward into this year and hopefully be able to accomplish, if not this year, then next year. I have a lot of things that I would like to accomplish. I want to create my own clothing or makeup business. There's just a lot I feel like that I want to do in my lifetime, and I feel like it's all possible because we shouldn't be limited to only doing one thing for our whole life. I think we should be able to want to accomplish lots of things because we are here for a while. So yeah, I feel like I have a lot of goals and desires that I want to achieve. I think it's kind of fascinating, but I was hanging out with one of my coworkers the other day, and I don't even know how it was brought up, but I was basically like talking about how like I get pretty bored of a job after like a year of me being there, and like ever since I was younger, I feel like I've never had the desire of like having like a dream job, like especially like a dream job where it involves me putting time into something that isn't my like dream or, you know, goal. Like I feel like me working at a coffee shop, it's fine, it's great, like it's not the worst thing I could be doing, but I feel like I'd want to own my own, and I would enjoy it like so much more than going into a place where, first of all, they don't pay me enough, and just have to spend my time there when it's not like my place, like my place aesthetically, my passion. Like I haven't put in my hard work into it, and it's like somebody else's place. And I definitely feel myself going through like one of those burnouts right now with my job. I feel like when I first start a job, I'm like all into it and I like do really well and I put my all into it and they like recognize that I'm a good worker and I care about my job. And then as time goes on, I'm like, I get my shifts covered because I don't want to be there, or I cut down my hours a lot. And I feel like that's just how I get with more corporate, not even corporate because my coffee shop isn't a corporate business, but just like traditional styles of working. And I feel like this genuinely brings me so much joy and I never feel like I don't want to do it. So that's why I'm hoping I can like, you know, keep it coming, you know what I mean? Okay, this is kind of like a more fun question. Do I play any instruments or make art? Yes to both of those questions. I feel like I've always been like a very artistic person, and growing up I really wanted to do like acting and I wanted to learn how to play the guitar and the piano, and I actually took guitar lessons. The lady that I did it with actually ended up wanting me to sing instead, which I wasn't like wanting to do, but I ended up doing that because she pushed me to do that. So I never really got to like learn how to play the guitar like I wanted to. I did learn how to play the piano a little bit while I was there, like very, very minor. I don't think I could even remember how to play now. But I did that for a while, and then I also did acting for 3 years. And that's honestly something that I regret not pursuing, and I feel like that's something I wish I would have continued to do. Just because I feel like as a kid I kind of was embarrassed because not a lot of people were doing acting at my school. First of all, like nobody wanted to do that pretty much. I feel like I had to like play sports and do, you know, all the other things that my friends were doing at the time, like playing basketball. So I quit acting and I started to play basketball, which is a big regret of mine. So yeah, growing up I always wanted to learn how to play the guitar and the piano, and I did briefly learn. And then in school I decided to go into, oh my god, something in my contact. I decided to go into band class, which I ended up doing I think for 3 years, 6th grade through 8th grade, and I learned how to play the flute. And I did that very consistently, so I feel like I would know how to play now. Like I could still remember. I kind of miss it. That was like definitely a really fun class for me, and I made a lot of cool friends in that class. But yeah, I do play instruments. When I was younger, I think I could still play the flute, so technically I guess I could still play an instrument. Did do a lot of art like a few years ago, and I kind of fell off of it. I was doing a lot of like tattoo art. That was like another thing I wanted to do, was tattoo. I was very passionate about it, but I got rejected a lot of times for an apprenticeship, so I kind of gave up. Getting into the tattoo world is very hard, so I kind of gave up on that dream. But I still like drawing and painting. I'll put a few of my paintings up here, more traditional like tattoo art. I am a creative person, I feel like, so yes, I do that stuff. Okay, this question is, was I bullied in school? And was I a good kid growing up, or was I rebellious? Rebellious? That doesn't sound like a real word to me. Or was I rebellious? Were you rebellious? I know that's a real word, but it doesn't sound right. Okay, so the first question, was I bullied in school? I don't think I was ever bullied in school. I think I always knew how to stick up for myself, so I was never bullied. Obviously, kids make fun of other kids, so I definitely feel like I was made fun of for certain features that I had. Specifically my eyebrows. I have very thick eyebrows, and I feel like as a kid I got bullied because I had a unibrow like right here, so I made my mom wax that off when I was younger. But yeah, I don't feel like I was ever bullied. Was I a good kid or was I rebellious? So I definitely feel like I was a good kid growing up. My parents, not to like throw them under the bus or anything, but they were more party people. So when I was younger, I was always at like parties where they were drinking or, you know, partying. And I feel like that really drove me away from wanting to do that, especially as a teenager. And I feel like I was very scared of it as a teenager, so I never like had the desire to rebel or do any of that. I feel like I never really like ditched school without my parents knowing. I never really had to ask their permission for things because they just kind of trusted me to do the right thing. So I feel like I had a lot of freedom, and that's why I wasn't ever like rebellious or a troublemaker, I guess. I feel like strict parents really create rebellious kids. Is that a real word? This sounds so weird to me right now. A little rebel as a kid or a teenager. I think I was pretty boring for the most part. When am I moving to California is the first question that this person asked. My initial date was at the end of July. No, end of June, beginning of July. But my boyfriend's brother recently found out him and his girlfriend are pregnant, and they are coming into town beginning of July to have a baby shower. So it doesn't really make sense for us to leave at the beginning of July and then just have to come back for the baby shower. So we're thinking end of July, beginning of August. In 2 weeks, we are going to visit California to see if we like any neighborhoods, and try to pick a place to move and sign on a place. So yeah, that's the plan right now. The second part of this question was, what's my favorite type of content to make? And I feel like either get ready with me's or I really like making like commentary type of videos, and I feel like I gravitate towards watching commentary videos, either about like celebrities or people or bands or, you know, whatever. I feel like I gravitate more towards watching those. I really like, I forget her name, I'll put it on the screen, but I watch her quite often. And I really enjoyed making the RuPaul commentary videos, especially because I love drag, and actually today RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars starts, and I think I'm gonna do a commentary on the first episode because Gottmik is in it and she is my like all-time favorite queen. So I definitely think commentary and like get ready with me videos. Obviously I like to talk, so talking videos are always my favorite. So yeah, that's my favorite type of content to make. And this is the most liked comment, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer this one as my last one. I'm gonna take down my bangs just so I could finish out the video not looking crazy. I also need to cut my bangs again. They're getting quite long. What would I recommend for learning how to do makeup? My camera turned off because it was too hot, but the way I learned how to do makeup is basically only watching tutorials. Like literally my whole life like revolved around learning how to do makeup and practicing makeup. I feel like I did makeup on my spare time. I learned how to do makeup on other people. I feel like trial and error on your face is like a really big thing. So I feel like all of my free time went into like watching videos, trying new makeup products, literally just doing my makeup for fun, and that's how I learned. So that's kind of like the only advice I could give you, is to really practice as much as you can if you're really passionate about it. And the second part of this question is any music or media recommendations. Music right now, I'm listening to a band called Corrine, and that's literally all I've been listening to for like the past 3 months, and I love their music. It's so like, it's dark wave, but it's also like very upbeat, and it feels kind of like summery, you know what I mean? So I definitely recommend them. Media recommendations, I recommend the show called Snowfall if you haven't watched it. My partner and I are in our second time rewatching it. It is a show based in LA about the crack epidemic that happened in the 80s, and it's kind of like similar to Breaking Bad, so if you like Breaking Bad, then you're definitely gonna like that show. But yeah, I think that's all the questions I'm gonna answer today. Let me know if you guys have any more, and I could definitely make like a part 2 to this video. But yeah, that's all for this video. I'm not gonna put on any eyelashes because it's kind of been like a chill day for me, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!